For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a review on a very exciting new product from Vango. This here is the Florence 420. So the reason it's kind of a bit different and new to the Vango range is actually because it's officially an all-season awning. Better than that, it's probably actually made off the best sort of awning fabric that is on the market, which is basically Tenkate residential. So residential is something that's, well, if you know Tenkate, you know exactly what the product's like. And there's a lot of other sort of competitors who do all-season awnings also do Tenkate residential fabric as well. It's pretty much the best on the market. Difference being with this is actually the sides as well as the roof are actually all Tenkate residential. Whereas previously, if you look at other things like Bradcott or Isabella, usually it's just the roof. So generally you won't find essentially a better awning fabric on a whole model on the market anywhere else. So it's quite exciting that Vango actually are doing this. Yeah, again, which we come to know and love with Vango is it's inflatable, so it's completely inflatable. Each beam's done individually, and you can, like I said, we do pitching and packing videos. This kind of way, in terms of concept, if you think about it, is basically an all-season version of the Kalari 420. So again, the only difference is you've got these little brow poles again, just to give you a bit more shelter on the front panel. Never one to look in the range of an all-season awnings which are inflatable from Vango is the Vienna, which is probably, in my opinion, a better model to go for. I think in terms of the space it gives you and width, generally it feels more roomy, and it's one of my personal favourites. So, but still, the Florence obviously still offers plenty of talking points, and like I said, that extra bit of depth, obviously 3.25 meters, and that 420 width really gives you a good sort of space inside. Beautiful, nice PVC windows, which are again designed to be left up all year long. And when we talk about even all season, I mean full on all season, January through to January, not March to sort of October really. This thing can pretty much weather anything. You've got supersized beams as well to make it very strong and robust, but the sheer thing is the amount of extras that come with it as well. So the storm straps are all included. Yet again, you've got things like we're doing Skyliners included as well as a little package deal. You've got draft skirts, wheel arch covers, PVC inserts. You've got rock pegs. The list goes kind of on and on and on. Generally, the joys of this actually is you can remove all of the panels to slide it into the rail to make it a bit sort of less weight when trying to pitch it. But you can see from our videos of the Vienna of putting it up how simple and easy the whole concept really is. But we'll talk a bit more about sort of certain features on the inside, but let's just quickly have a look. So again, the panels can be completely zipped out. You create a little veranda, and again, like I said, you can keep that kind of concept going when you've got those brow poles in to give you a good circulation of air. There are sort of front mesh panels you can buy to go in front of it to give yourself like a better circulation if you want. But the joys of sort of the Tenkate fabric is a mix of kind of polyester and PUV. So actually it's breathable, which is quite amazing for kind of like acrylic-based fabric. That it actually means that it's a lot cooler on the inside on hotter weather because the weave allows air to pass through. Alternatively, in colder weather, it keeps it tight. And we were in terrible weather a couple of weeks ago in one of these. And it's amazing that how warm it is, even with one person in there, just how it just retains the warmth. It's quite incredible. So really, something that's quite new, quite exciting, and I think would be a really popular model. Personally, like I said, I probably prefer the Vienna in terms of the internal size you get, and also for the price, I think maybe a little bit better in terms of value, but still it's a really nice model as a whole. But let's have a look inside and see what else we've got going on in it. So now inside the awning, you can kind of get a bit more grasp for certainly the size of it, but also layout. Like I said, you've got a nice 4.20 meter width on the actual part itself, and a good 3.25 deep. So it's certainly something that bags a good amount of depth. As soon as you've got a table and chairs as such, there you go. The table and chairs, you're not straight away on the caravan door where you would be normally. So you've still got a bit of room to sort of play inside the awning. It's kind of like a bay window kind of effect that you can look around and get a sort of good visibility of it. And generally, like I said, with the amount of thing that makes it quite good value, not only is down to the fact that it's Tenkate residential fabric all over, but more the fact that essentially for the price, like I said, you get your things like your draft skirt, your wheel arch covers, you get the roof lines which we're throwing in as well, You've got your rock pegs, your storm straps, you pretty much all the stuff you're going to need. The only thing you really need to look at is probably the carpets, which you can pretty much buy at any point really. Generally the panels, like I said, you've got mesh panels which can go on the front and also the side to give you good circulation of air. Generally, like I said, you've got each beam's done individually, and you've got brace beams which you insert in afterwards. And what you can also look at doing is actually the joys of that is being one beam, in theory, as a spare bladder, can go in any of the other main beams. So in sort of lifespan, not only with the material, but also in terms of the inner tubes as well, you're still covered. And that's the joys of it. And again, with Vango, you come to know and love, they do a 2-year warranty, third year when you register it, once you bought it for a company like ourselves. So you've got sort of traditional, but yet modern caravan style curtains. So they're all zipped in place, and you've just got little toggle points like so, which you can just unremove and then zip down the middle. So you kind of have a better kind of coverage with this sort of style, like that. Whereas yet again with traditional sort of covers, you've got to put them in and out every single time. But then next time you want to sort of bring down sort of halfway, you've got a second zip located there, or alternatively you take it all the way down and there's a pocket at the bottom, which just keeps it sort of neat and tidy. So again, it's small little details like that just help make things easier when you set up. A new thing for 2019 is what they've got at the back here, which is the way they seal it against the vehicle. It's a new technology called DSS, which stands for basically draft sort of suction system. So the joys of that means that it keeps it, sort of unravel it here, there's no rear poles anymore. It's really just kind of a packing pad system. So you've got the foam pad there, and then this is actually a strap which keeps it all tension. You can check out our own video on DSS, how it kind of all works, but it means it's better for sealing it against the vehicle. So it means you don't really kind of have to worry about where the awning goes anymore, if that goes over a window or not. And if any, the way we've pitched it here is actually it's both with 2 windows both sides, and it still fits perfectly. We were sealed in the other day and you couldn't feel any draft coming in, which is ideal. But generally a nice model, good depth. Like I said, I think for the money, the Vienna is a better buy, in honesty. I think it's nice concept and kind of a bit more modern-ish, should we say. But generally, I think for what you pay for what you get, the Vienna, you've got the same kind of depth-ish, but then when you've got a solid window there, you've got an extra door you can come in and out of. It's squarer, it's more headroom. You've got, there's probably more to it in my opinion. So that's probably where I would probably go. But it's still a nice model, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's one thing you can certainly see the Kalari on display we have in our showroom, and yet again, you'll have the material of the Vienna to show this. So you've got a perfect kind of feel of what it looks like. But any questions or queries, let us know what you think of the product in the comments below. Obviously subscribe and like this video if need be. But that really kind of is the Vango Florence 420.